I am so annoyed. I'm actually really annoyed. I hate it when this happens. Hey guys, welcome to another MapleStory video. Today is Road to Xenon 2.0 episode 3, or technically 2.5. I decided to scrap the recording yesterday from part 2 in spell tracing since Sachin and I, we just were like memeing on each other the entire time. Nothing too particularly crazy, I guess, but we were just poking fun at each other. But it was like really messy and I thought it wasn't just going to be very good for the video. So I decided to just cut and show you guys the end result. My Xenon is officially finished, not officially actually, he still has a few things to do, but he is almost finished with his AppSlab gear. So this is the end result. I believe at the start we were like 7 to 8 mil range, now we are 10 to 11 mil range. So this is what changed. Got the AppSlab Pirate Fedora to 21 stars, 1 line all stat plus 13. And then I got these boots, I hammered them over from App's antique root boots rather, right? I'm sure you guys saw it in the previous clip. Here's the AppSlab Pirate gloves. And then the AppSlab Pirate shoulder and the cape. Well, let me show you the shoulder for a little bit longer. And then the cape. So we got 5-piece AppSlab set. Now that means I just have to try to find an arcane whip blade and slowly work towards it. It's going to be a really hard wall to go over just because of the potential from this weapon, but I think it'll be a fun project. And here's where we are right now. 323% boss damage, 92 ignore defense, about a little over 10 mil range. I'm gonna fully buff up and see where we're at now. Does anyone happen to remember what my Xenon's cap range was before, like in 2018 before I quit? Because I don't remember actually. Anyways, I also went ahead and worked on my Pathfinder's equipment as well. So we have Pathfinder gloves here, we have boots here, and I think I also have shoulder, or not, that I have the Pathfinder shoulder here. Rather, where is it? Wait, where the hell is it? It must be on my something, and I boomed the bow. So I did work on an AppSlab ancient bow that's going to be going for my Pathfinder, but it boomed, and bows are really expensive at the moment in the auction house. They're about 4 bill each. I don't think that's worth replacing yet. Okay. And Maple Warrior? Yes, actually. Something's not right here. Oh, what happened to my pet? I forgot, these pets don't have auto feed. Dang it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, fine. Okay, so here's where we're standing at right now. 11.6 to 12. I'm gonna go ahead and use Emerald Generator. Op-Arts code with Op-Arts code, I'm at 14.5 to 16 give or take. Then Core Overload, that's gonna take a while to boot up. Do I have anything else? Oh, I do have this. Okay, that puts me up to 15.9 to 17.5, and then Core Overload will continue to generate 1% final damage for every additional core surplus I have, or I think it was 2. Sorry about that. And that's where he is right now. So it goes to show you guys how, I guess, beneficial it is for you to get 21 star equipment. You want to prioritize that over potential actually at this point, since base stats are so much more important than percent stat. And yeah, I guess this character is a good proof because he only has a couple of legendary equipment. I've had a couple people who were asking me about like whether or not, what should I cube first or whatever, and you really don't need to cube. Cubing is not too big of a priority. It's more expensive to get increases in damage from cubing than it is to Starforce. Starforcing is much easier to do. It's still costly, mind you. I'm not saying that you can easily get 21 star equipment right off the bat. It costs a lot of meso. But in terms of how much money you have to invest, opposed to the likes of cubing or doing anything else, it is much, much cheaper, and I guess this guy's a good example. I did spend quite a bit on flaming because these flames are pretty good for Xenon, in my opinion. But it really goes to show you how powerful base stats are, because AppSlab gear, with this, even if it's just only like 70% traced, it's like 180 all stat, 180, not 100, this isn't 180 all stat, but 110 attack, 79 attack, or it's 119 attack. This is 81 attack, this is only 15 stars, this is 50 attack. You get a lot of base stats just from star forcing your gear, and if I were to apply that on like another item, let's say a Gollux Pendant. So a Gollux Pendant 21 star is 106 attack. That's incredibly powerful, 158 all stat. You just add those up and you can easily get your character to very high range, not even factoring things like Arcane Force, and he's only level 222. I could be doing things like Arcana on him and things like that after I get further ahead in terms of experience, but I do need to get my dual blade to 255 first. Also, I got him the Bushmaster sword. It looks pretty good on him. It's a nice sword, you know, since whip blades look like a sword, you can put up any like sword NX item, but I don't like the fact that it comes with a special effect because when you swing the whip blade around, it looks pretty bad. I think like when you use Mecha Purge Snipe, it actually looks relatively decent because the attack kind of has an arch over his like little things, so you can see kind of like a sun here. That's where the snipe comes in. It looks okay there. Beam Splice or whatever this is called. Actually, what is this called? Air Whip. It looks okay. I mean, not that great. It just doesn't look... That's why I prefer to have a regular NX weapon that doesn't have any special aura or like light effect to it. Let's see where he's at. Elsewhere, I think that's all I can give to him. Yeah. Oh, I should also mention that he goes up to 354% boss damage if I put on Op Art's code. So Xenon, pretty cool. Although we're far from it being difficult to get him to very high amount of stat, because until you get everything to unique, 2-line potential, just by doing like Master Craftsman Cube and whatnot, which I've been doing that on my Demon Slayer and my Pathfinder, it's relatively easy to reach early mid-game level, like, you know, 30k stat, sometimes even 40k stat. And the V Matrix, I was thinking about this for a bit, and I'm wondering if I should invest in getting some nodes for my characters, because I believe my Demon Slayer is maxed out. I think my Xenon's almost maxed out. Let me see what he got. Yeah, Mecha Purge is maxed out. He still needs more work on the Hypergram Field Fusion, Core Overload, and Omega Blaster. Other characters for my Pathfinder, he needs to work on that. That's the main problem with mating multiple characters, and that you have to invest in not just things like gear and whatnot, but you also have to invest in node stones, arcane symbols. A lot of dailies you gotta do, and it's just a bit frustrating. Oh, it's thundering outside. Okay. I'm sure I have a dummy I can afford on him. What is this? Ooh. Wow, that B-pot. He still needs to grab Gollux rings, by the way. I'm only having a solid Gollux ring, so I can get a reinforced, a superior, last ring. I don't know what it's going to be. Probably a Meister. So I haven't gotten full best in slot. He does have a Sengoku badge though, so I don't have to worry about a potable badge. Do I have a dummy? Yes, I can afford a dummy. Let's do a damage test. I'll put it at level 100 just for the sake of having it there. And you know what? Wow, it's really thundering outside. I'm gonna take my links from my Demon Slayer for a second. Just because I'm curious to see how strong he's gonna be. I'm sure you noticed by now I also renamed my Demon Slayer Recubing. I don't know, I just did it on impulse. This doesn't do anything in particular. Solace only have 1. Focus Spirit. I'll take it from Recubing. There you go. I don't think that gives too much actually. But it's better than nothing. Wait. Yeah. That lightning, holy crap. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm pretty sure the microphone is not picking it up, but wow, that's kind of scary. It's still bright outside too. Wait, yep. Okay. Putting a Legend's Blessing potion on just for the fun of it. So how are we sitting right now? We're at 1314. Put on Op Art's code. Generator, Core Overload. Zero, put in Hypergram Field Fusion. And we're doing roughly about, let's see. Okay, 19 to 21. Alright, 800, 900 mils. It should get a little higher once Core Overload brings some more stat into it. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Alright, I'll put on... The Hypergram Field Fusion is doing about 2 bill each. Okay, Coral Overload. Can I see a 1 bill line from Snipe? Anytime soon? There we go, we saw one. Let's use Omega Blaster, see what we're getting at. About 300, 500-ish, like 500 mil, give or take. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. He's far from his previous range. I believe I had my Xenon at 15k all stat before, and he was at about 30 to 40 mil range regular buff, not even with I can't speak. Not even with Core Overload. I still need to replace his rings. I gotta get better rings for him. His items do need to all go to 21 star. I'm not too concerned about that. As for how I'm gonna get potential on him, oh, I need a better heart too. Potential. So for what I recommend a lot of people do if they're free to play is to just go for Master Craftsman cubes. Because as you know, cubic blades are extremely cheap. They're like super easy to get. These things are like about 200, 300k per blade in the free market or in the auction house, at least in Windia. And that means you can get like 1,000 of them. What the hell? Oh, it's just a shower. That is a lot of rain, holy crap. Okay, sorry, I'm losing my attention span really frequently now. I need to... What is I gonna do? Okay. So, for unique potentials, by nature of cubic blades being super easy to get in normal servers, at least, you know, in Reboot you guys have access to red cubes and black cubes from Besto, so you're fine. But in normal servers, for people who are looking to get funded without spending a lot of money, cubic blades are super easy to get. You can get about like 1,000 of them for 300 mil, and that is what, 200 cubes? And if you get all the other ingredients and materials, to get things like superior item crystals, you can just extract all of the pencilier gear that you pick up just by going your dailies and training. And then you can just slowly and gradually cube all of your epic gear to unique and get 2-line stats. So 17% strength, 17% dex, 17% luck, int, or if you're a Xenon, you can get 7% all, 4% all, you can do that too. And then slowly enhance all of your gear to 21 stars or 22 stars. The reason why I say 21 stars is because even though 22 stars is where you want to end up, you can get 21 stars much more easily because for 22 stars you have to pass 2 in a row, and the boom chance for 22 stars is much higher. So settle for 21. It is a huge benefit to go from 21 to 22 though, not denying that at all. For example, 17 attack, 13 all stat. If you get that on every 21 star piece, let's say all of your gear is 21, that's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so you get the idea. That's a lot of extra attack. So eventually you do want to go for 21 or 22 stars. But that's not really for early game players, more for mid game, sometimes end game. I do believe that end game is still kind of like a difficult thing to reach. I do believe that end game players are still sitting around 21 star equipment. It just depends on how much resources you have. But I'll end it off there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We made a lot of progress on my Xenon. Even though my Demon Slayer is stronger at the moment, I do prefer to play Xenon more than Demon Slayer. So I will try to get my Xenon to like 225, 230 whenever I can and bring him above. So we'll bring back the pre-existing order of Dual Blade first, Xenon second, third, Demon Slayer fourth. Used to be Luminous, but now it's Pathfinder, and then fifth will be Luminous. That's one of every class type. So yeah, hope you guys are looking forward to that. I will see you again soon in the next video. Take care.